welcome back to our channel. Ruth here, and in today's video I'd like to share with you 5 traits of a self-made millionaire. So let's get started. Trait number 1. Self-made millionaires are constantly learning. They never stop learning. And I actually learned it from Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy is one of the most renowned success speaker, motivational speaker. He's written a lot of books, but he also runs many successful businesses. And he says he's always learning, he's always reading something new. And I've heard other successful self-made millionaires doing the same thing. For example, Pat Bet-David, he runs, I believe, an insurance business in the USA. He's got other businesses probably, but he actually has a YouTube channel called Valuetainment, and he talks about how he reads and reads, and he makes his employees read, he makes his kids read, because reading is actually part of the learning process. So nowadays we can actually learn not just through reading books, because I understand that not everyone has got the time to be reading books. Maybe you've got an 8-to-5 job trying to start a business. You've got 5 kids to look after, a house to clean, food to cook, to feed the kids, etc. But one thing I've discovered is that if you're smart with your time management, then you can actually learn every single day by pushing play. What do I mean by that? Well, there's a lot of resources out there, free podcasts, YouTube videos, audiobooks that you can actually get, that you can actually just push play. So for example, with my life, I actually have a fairly busy life because I'm a partner in a law firm at the moment, but also run a couple of different businesses. I do business consulting. I coach my students in terms of how they too can be successful. And sometimes, depending on which year or which month, I write books, I produce music. So I'm actually into quite a number of different I would say areas that I have to look after, and I may not have the time to read. And plus, with my job, I'm reading all the time, right? So when I get home, I don't really want to read. But what I do is when I have time, for example, if I'm doing the dishes, or if I'm cooking or preparing a meal, or if I'm doing the laundry, or if I'm getting ready to go to work, or if I'm commuting to work or going to a place, I don't waste that time. Even if it's just 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 20 minutes here or there, I push play and I listen to something that is going to help me build myself, whether it's in the area of business, whether it's in the area of law, in the area that I'm currently practicing in. I try my best to incorporate that into my daily activity, because I feel like that's not taking time out of what I'm already doing. It's not taking time out of my family, but really I'm already getting ready to work. I've got 10 minutes. So can you imagine if you're commuting to work and you spend about half an hour to work and 30 minutes back, instead of listening to the radio? There's nothing wrong about listening to the radio, but can you imagine if you get 1 hour's worth of content every day, whether it's something motivational, something spiritual, something that will build yourself up in your line of work that could make you an expert. If you do that every single day, and it's, let's say, 365 days a year, that's 3,650 hours a year worth of content, and that's equivalent to going to college. Well, not college just yet, but like a certification. So don't waste your time. Keep on learning. And if you're in a particular industry, if it's in business, or if you're in a professional kind of setting, you want to be the best in what you do, make sure you push play, make sure you sign yourself up to the latest courses, because that's the way that self-made millionaires make it. Number 2, the second trait that self-made millionaire has is they look after themselves. Now, it sounds really, really simple. Well, what do? Well, they shower, they exercise, they sleep well, they eat well. So they look after their body because they understand that there is a correlation between their health, their physical health, and their mental health. They understand that there is a correlation between their physical and If you're a spiritual person, their spiritual health and their mental health. Because at the end of the day, your brain and your mind is only as quick and as fast as your body. Now, I understand, in not every occasion that we can have the perfect health. And we have seen lots of instances where people may not be, physically well, but they still do very well in terms of their in their mind. But what I'm trying to say is, if you have the ability to actually look after yourself, like if you can eat better, if you can sleep a little bit more, cut down on caffeine, etc., then that's really going to help you. And if you listen to successful people, most of them will actually provide you with the same advice. Okay. Number 3, self-made millionaires, they practice dream setting. So they have a vision, and most of them actually have a vision board. And I actually talk about vision board time and time again. I've spoken about it, how it changed my life. You can check out my videos, but vision board actually completely changed my life 100%. But what I want to share is a story about a self-made millionaire called Ed Mylett. Now, the last time I checked, I think he was his net worth was about 450 million USD. He is based in the US, an entrepreneur, but at the same time, he's a motivational speaker because he wants to help people to become really, really successful. So Ed was sharing about how him and his wife used to live a very abased life. They actually rented an apartment in the USA, and at one point, he started a business, but there was no money coming in. He couldn't even pay his gas bill. And so as a result of that, and water bill, they cut off his water, there was no gas, and he had to go downstairs to the public shower really early in the morning when it's freezing cold. He had to take his wife down there, and they would cover each other so that they can have a quick shower before the publics begin to come. So he used to really struggle, in his beginning days. But what he said was, when he started to make it, like he wasn't rich, but he managed to land on a couple of deals here and there. He would actually save up about $200-300, and he would take his wife to go and check into a nice hotel. He'll pay for the nice hotel room. He might go and have a nice dinner, a nice spa massage, treat himself and his wife, and they will actually feel how it is to actually live a wealthy life, right? So physically or factually, they may not be wealthy yet, but this was the intention. He wanted to become wealthy, and he says, well, how do rich people live? I want to have a taste of it. So he would save up enough for a night. Again, it's not a foolish thing to do. It was just a one night, and then he would go back to living the abased life, and he would continue to work hard. And over time, he would check in for 2 nights with his wife, and so on and so forth. And today, he's worth 450 million. So millionaires, they practice dream setting. They want to be able to feel it, I remember one of the speakers, one of my favorite speakers, he used to say he used to ride the bus to work, and he didn't have money for a car. And he would see like a BMW driving past him, and he'll say, you know what, that's going to be me one day. And he said, oh, that's my car, And I actually used to do that because I used to walk to work, because I never had, I couldn't even afford $3 to actually go on a bus, because I was in so much debt, a school study loan that I had to pay back. And I was a lawyer. I was walking to work, and I think I walked to work for a good 6 months in the middle of winter here in Australia. But you know what? I embraced that. And I said, when a beautiful car passed by, I said, you know what? One day I'm going to have that car. That's my car. What's my driver doing there? And I was still walking to work because I didn't have money to join the gym. And I thought, you know what, this is going to be good exercise for me. I get to the law firm, I'll actually change and I'll start my work. So practice dream setting. That's really, really important. Number 4. The 4th trait that self-made millionaire has is they pursue their goals at all cost. So they don't give up. Giving up is not part of their dictionary. And you know what? I think the term failure is overrated, because sometimes we can have a dream, right? And we can say, well, this is what I want to achieve, but what if I don't achieve that? What if I don't meet this goal? But the question becomes, well, what if you do achieve that? What if you can change your family's life? What if you can actually pay off your mom and dad's house? What if you can buy a house outright, you know? So pursue your goal at all costs. Never ever give up. And if you fail, that's okay. Get back up. Get back up. Do it again. You might do it a little bit differently this time. It could be something else. It could be starting a different business. But whatever you do, never give up, because that's what millionaires do. They keep going. Yeah, they might keep failing, but then eventually they make their breakthrough. Okay, number 5. Most millionaires actually have multiple sources of income. Now, I've listened to different millionaires. Most of them will have an investment property here, or they, buy stocks, etc. Personally, for me, I am not, I would say, game enough to actually enter into that arena yet. My husband does, different things, but for myself, I do have different sources of income. At the time of recording this video, I'm a partner in a law firm, so I actually get an income from the firm. It gives me flexibility, but I also get to practice my passion in law. But at the same time, I run a coaching. I coach students, so I actually get an income out of that. Business consulting, I'm an author, so I get income from my books. But also for the last 10 years, I've actually been producing music. So I'm a music album producer, you can call that. And so I earn royalties. So each year I get like a income from the royalty, copyright licensing, call it. What else? At one point, I was also in the fitness business, but also in the marketing business, social media marketing. So I actually earn an income from that. So most millionaires will actually have multiple sources of income. And I'm not saying that you have to divide yourself into so many different things like myself, because that's just the way, I was created to be, I suppose. I like to do many things. But having said that, sometimes you can be doing many things, but you could be focusing on certain things in certain times of your life. For example, there was one year where I was really devoting my time to recording different albums, music albums, and I would do that every single night, right? And then there'll be times where I'm devoted to just writing my books. So depending on where you're at in your life, you don't have to be doing everything at the same time, but it's important that you pursue what you want to do. So even if it's just the one thing, then you just focus on that one thing for now. And also think about, be open to different ideas as to investment, etc. So I'm still learning in terms of where can I invest, etc. So I hope today's video encourages you. So those are the 5 traits of self-made millionaire. And I hope that if you're not yet a millionaire, that you will reach your goal to be a millionaire. But if you're already a millionaire, then I hope that you reach your goal to be a multi-millionaire or even a billionaire, so that you can do great things, not just for yourself and your family, but for the community as well. So thank you again for your time. And last but not least, would you be so kind to hit the like and subscribe button so we can keep you motivated? And also, you know what? That's going to mean the world to me. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.